Hello everyone, Memory here. There are two new silver generating activities that have been implemented into BDO this year, Dark Rift and Shadow Arena. Since acquiring boss gear is not as big of a deal anymore, plus silver is much easier to come by than ever these days, upgrading accessories are now the new aim for most competitive players. And yes, these two new activities are highly recommended if you are looking for accessory upgrades, because they all give you RNG boxes that have a chance to give you yellow grade accessories. So let's start with my favorite, the Dark Rift. The reason that this is my favorite out of the two is because it requires the least amount of time, but it has a higher chance to give you a very satisfying result. First thing you want to do is complete the quest Memory of the Past from Black Spirit. If you don't have the quest, that means you didn't complete your class awakening quest. You will only need to do it once and all other characters will be able to see Dark Rift when it spawns. The spawn rate is unknown at the time of this video. All I know is that it has a chance to just spawn when you are logged in. So there's another reason for you to leave the game on, I guess. When they spawn, you can click the icon to see the details of the boss, and you can set a waypoint to the boss from here. These bosses do not naturally despawn, and a maximum of 10 Dark Rift bosses can appear at once. After that, they won't spawn anymore until you kill one. You cannot be attacked by other players while you are attacking a Rift boss, and they can only be attacked by you and no one else, which includes your party members. This is because you are entering an instance only for you when you are near a rift. This means that you have to solo them. Therefore, it is not very noob friendly. I myself had a little bit higher than average amount of gear, and I almost died to the hardest boss several times. With that said, if you have a full tri armor and weapon with 4 dual to tri blue or yellow accessories, you should be able to do the hard boss with relative ease. Just the hard, not the one that says very hard. Since there is no death penalties when you're killed by one of them, you might even be able to do very hard boss if you have the patience to die a few times. The rewards are what we're here for, and oh man, they are juicy. Remember the belongings of an adventurer mentioned in the previous video? Yep, every boss has a 100% chance to drop a box that is the toned down version of the belongings of an adventurer. Of course, the tier of the box is correlated with the difficulties of the boss, but even the lowest tier box is very worth your time. It will also drop black stones, memory fragments, ancient spirit dusts, and dark spirit's greed. You can exchange the greed for goodies like advice of Velk 50, latent auras of the world bosses, and item collection increase scrolls. Most of them are not great, except maybe the advice of Velk 50 in my opinion. And that's everything you need to know about the Dark Rift. And now let's move on to the Shadow Arena. Do you like Battle Royale? Well, too bad. Even if you don't like it, it's still one of the best ways to get enchant materials, especially memory fragments. The rewards that you normally get are silvers and different grades of black rock bundles. The tier of the bundles is dependent on your rankings. They will give you a set amount of all kinds of enchant materials when you open them. The amount of silver you get is dependent on the numbers and the rarities of the gear that you pick up in the game. That's right, even if you are really bad at PvP, like me, and you just finished the tutorial quest after creating a new account, you can head straight in here and start earning significant amount of silver and enchant materials. This is probably the most newbie friendly, active money making way in the game, since the only requirement is to complete the tutorial quest on the character. And yes, there will be people saying that this is a pay to win content, because if you use the Comma Self buff while you do this, you will also receive different tiers of Comma Self box depending on your rankings on top of the usual rewards. That box has a chance to get you all kinds of juicy accessories, but only on their base version. The worst outcome, which is the most common outcome, would be memory fragments. But caring about pay to win aspect of the game and making the game not fun for me doesn't seem worth to me, even though I also don't like any pay to win content in the game. Plus, it doesn't seem to have a big negative impact to the economy as a whole, since even if you utilize the buff all year round, you would still make a lot less silver compared to if you use your time on other stuff. So I don't mind it too much. Like I mentioned earlier, it is the best newbie friendly silver making content in the game that is actually fun to do for everyone. So of course there is some kind of drawback, and that is it's not always open. Depending on your region, the opening time will be different. I'll put the official opening times on the screen now for you to check. Personally, I don't really care about it, since I only go there when I want to have fun, and it is also available at the same time. It is not that great of a silver generating activity if you already have an established account like me, so I go there mainly for the fun of it. And now let's talk about some strategies in Shadow Arena. If you're not good at the game but you want to make some silver from it, you should always run away when you see anyone. Your goal is to avoid all combat, survive as long as you can, and open as many treasure chests as you can. And if you're good at the game, your goal is, well, you're already better than me, so I don't have any suggestion for you. From my experience, Witch, Wizard, and Mystic are some of the popular picks. That is, if you want to do actual fighting. However, if you don't want to fight, Tamer is surprisingly a good pick, just because of the dashing skill that she has. In one of our games, my awesome teammate actually got us into the top 5 bracket without actually attacking anyone. That was pretty hilarious to watch. And yes, you can play this with a 3-man party to maximize your chance to get into higher tier brackets. I'm glad that these 2 features was released because it was starting to become boring doing similar things every day over and over. Even if some of the features might have some bugs, like in the screen where I was supposed to be catapulted out of the tower in a Shadow Arena game, but instead I was trapped inside the tower and died because I couldn't get out. These new changes are what's keeping the game fresh and fun, which is what a game should do, for everyone to have fun. I hope they keep pumping out these new contents in the future to justify all the monies that we pour into this game. Anyway, that's it for me today. Good luck on your Dark Rift hunting, and I'll see you in the next video.